You know that feeling when you've just seen an amazing movie or eaten the best meal of your life and you try to tell someone about it, but the words just fall flat? It's like you can't quite capture the magic. Well, today, we're going to crack open the toolbox that lets us do exactly that. Paint a picture with our words. So, what is that secret ingredient? What's the thing that takes a totally plain sentence and just injects it with life and color? How do we go from just saying what happened to sharing how it felt? Well, the answer is one simple but seriously powerful little word: the adjective. Yeah, I know, it sounds basic, but its job is absolutely crucial. These are the words that pile on the detail, the specifics, the flavor. They tell us more about every single person, place, or thing we talk about. Here's the best way to think about it. Imagine your nouns, people, places, things, are a blank canvas. Well, adjectives, they're your paints. They're the bright reds, the deep blues, the splash of yellow, all the colors you use to turn that blank canvas into a real masterpiece for anyone listening. Okay, so any good painter needs a whole palette of colors, right? And it's the same for us when we're speaking. We need a full toolbox of descriptive words. So let's go ahead and pop that toolbox open and see what we've got inside. So it turns out we can actually sort these words into some really handy categories. First up, you've got words for appearance. Things like tall, short, beautiful. Then there's personality. Is someone kind, lazy, brave? We've also got words for size, like tiny or huge. And for condition. Is something clean or is it broken? And of course, a big one, feelings. Anytime you say you're happy, sad, or excited, boom, you're using an adjective. All right, let's put this into practice right now. Think about those categories we just looked at. If you had to pick just 3 words to describe yourself, what would they be? Go on, think about it. Maybe you're funny, tall, and kind, or perhaps brave, polite, and tired. Hey, that's a valid one too. See, choosing these words is how you start painting that picture for other people. Okay, so our toolbox is officially full of awesome descriptive words. But here's the thing, a tool is pretty useless if you don't know how to use it, right? So now let's figure out exactly where these words go in a sentence to really make them work. And the good news is this is actually super straightforward. There are really just 2 main spots for adjectives. The first one is right before the noun you're describing. So it's not just a man, it's a tall man. Not just a story, but a funny story. Simple enough, right? The second spot is after a be verb, words like is or are. For example, he is happy, or they are tired. That's pretty much it. If you can get these 2 down, you're golden. All right, you've got the basics down. Now, you ready for a quick level up? We're going to add one more layer that'll make your descriptions even more precise. This is how we move from just describing something to actually comparing it with other things. So here's how it works. When you're comparing just 2 things, you use what's called the comparative. You add so big becomes bigger, happy becomes happier. For longer words, you just stick more in front, like more interesting. But what if you're comparing 3 or more things? That's when you need the superlative. That's when you use est, biggest, happiest. Or for those longer words, most interesting. This is how you go from saying something is good to saying it is, without a doubt, the best. So let's wrap this all up. What's the big takeaway here? It's that adjectives aren't just some boring grammar rule you have to memorize. No way. They are your creative tools. They're what turns a black and white sketch into a full-color, high-definition picture. They make what you say clearer, sharper, and just way more interesting. Okay, so the toolbox is open. Your palette is full of color. From now on, every single time you speak or write, you've got a choice. Are you going to keep things black and white? Or are you going to start adding all that color, all that detail, all that life? So I'll leave you with this question. How are you going to color your world?